All right.
So you can breathe again, Mikowski, probably. There's only been a couple of times with Cassie and Mikowski that I worry about him falling over from lack of oxygen. At the end of this free-for-all is one of those moments. So we're going to go get some water, go catch our breath. A quick talent rotation. We'll be back with casters for this next series in just a minute.
Team score. Enemy team scoring. Enemy halfway to victory. Enemy team scoring. Team score.
Welcome back. We got a little bit of a talent change here. My name is Active. Of course, I've got alongside with me Tools. And what a day it's been, Tools. I mean, so many incredible matches today. On our screen, we've got Quadrant and Shopify. How you feeling, man?
Well, I'm feeling like Quadrant's about to just absolutely blow Shopify Rebellion out of the water in this strongholds. Huge plays by SLG down in the bottom half of the map. Gets a triple kill with the sniper. Puts them all on a respawn screen, and the trip cap now in effect.
I mean, we've got to talk about this, right? Quadrant are what, 18-0 now in strongholds, or 17-0 in strongholds after this match, I believe it is. So
easy number like that.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? I mean, I'm sure these players have done VOD reviews since SLC, and since Quadrant have gotten on their run with these strongholds matches, but these guys don't lose strongholds, and you can see it clearly here. Shopify trying to stop that from happening. If there's one person that did VOD review on this Quadrant roster, it's definitely RyaNoob, but they're not able to find an answer still. 2-11 and counting, and they'll continue to get some points while Shopify are 3 dead.
Yeah, only about 20 more seconds needed in the strongholds of Quadrant holding it down. And you can see Shopify Rebellion, they're just trapped at C. They have to traverse through the map, and that's been tough with these long angles that Quadrant have taken. And once they break through, well, Lqgend, he won his fight. That allows him to capture C. And, well, talk about a dagger of a play, a trip cap in effect, and Quadrant look to walk home with this game won.
Oh, RyaNoob reads the teleport. 2:45, only 5 seconds remaining here. Shopify will keep their life, or keep their game one alive for just a moment as they cap A and B, but Quadrant, definitely knowing them, they're setting up here for a take, and they're going to be able to take A. With 1 dead on the Rayne, they have the numbers advantage as well.
Right, he's trying to do his best to put pressure right away. You can't let these guys have any freedom to move across the map, just because even if they get in a hill, it's already a dangerous situation. The clock starts ticking for you, and you see how Shopify Rebellion, they're almost desperate in the way that they have to fly towards the bottom half of the map. And Quadrant, they get the job done once all A's being captured, but it's going to take a miracle to keep this one.
Yeah, desperation's not enough. RyaNoob is going to cap A there, and They're going to look to cap B as well. They only have 2 dead on the side of Quadrant. That is Shopify Rebellion. Well, they'll get a 2 cap once again with only 1 point left. It's only you know, in the percentage that Quadrant will clean this up. 3 down for Quadrant, though, so Shopify Rebellion are still in it. It'd be an incredible story if Shopify were to be the team to break this 17 or 18-0 record from Quadrant, but it's going to take a lot more work to make that happen.
It's everything you want, right? A and C, they're in control. They have basically all the players spread out across the map. Shopify Rebellion have the ability to go on quite a dangerous run right here. They just need to win this fight at C.
Yeah, they're not able to, though. 2 players of Quadrant there to defend. B is also up for grabs as well. They get 2 down for Shopify. If you're Shopify right now, you do not want to go 3 dead. Quadrant still have that slight numbers advantage, but Shopify are able to reset B in time, and they'll get the kills onto B as well. 3 down for Quadrant here. Shopify still fighting for their life here in this game number 1.
Yeah, things keep getting hairy for Quadrant. They're just stuck, not able to move forward, and the trip cap is in once again. And I almost favor Shopify Rebellion at this point with Quadrant going 4 down inside this trip cap. Tchik's not going to be able to do a damn thing. This is incredible from Shopify Rebellion.
Like I said, it would be a big storyline if Shopify were to break that record, and it looks like they're on the road to do so here with only 1 point remaining for Quadrant. Shopify are approaching that 240-point mark. Quadrant do get A here, but they've still got a little bit of work to do to get this 1 point.
Yeah, suddenly Quadrant's the team that has to play desperate. Can they get into the hill in time? They're going to lose the fight at A. It makes Tchik have to play back, and they're not going to be able to do it. Shopify Rebellion make the incredible comeback. They were down 249 to, what was it? 249 to 29. No. Different. This is LVT versus. That was crazy though how good that timing was. So shout out to LVT winning their game 1.
Oh man!
But what a huge deficit that Shopify Rebellion came back from.
I mean, we're talking about a 17-0 record completely squashed. Like that record of perfect strongholds is just Shopify's the one to take. I called it. I put it into existence apparently. Like I said, if there's one person to study gameplay, it's going to be RyaNoob. Maybe he did do that, just that. But now we're going to be watching Native White versus Mindfreak.
Look at Scoob right here. It's 20 kills and 8 deaths against Native White. A tough match. Mindfreak, this is the first time they've been able to play on a Saturday. You usually get bounced out of pools, but this time they'll have a chance to fight on back. And it looks like they're trying to make the most of it, going toe-to-toe with Native White.
So elimination round number 1 in the bracket for those of you guys that are just joining us. But Mindfreak, they're going to get 2 cap advantage here. Just punched it in and start to get some time here on the board. 135 and counting for Mindfreak. And like you said, Scoop, popping off mouse and keyboard player here. 22-9 in this game right now. I mean, what a beautiful thing to see, especially mouse and keyboard on land. But as I say that, they go 4 down.
Scoop got to spawn towards A, so he will be able to at least try to get his team a home base while both these hills are being captured. The other thing, the thruster in that back pocket. The thruster can be an absolute dangerous tool of destruction if you're able to put it in the right spot.
Yeah, 100%. You have that thruster, you're essentially guaranteeing yourself a 1v1 fight if you know how to utilize it. Scoop's going to use it to be a little bit aggressive. The great shots on to collect right there. Once again, he's the last player alive. For some reason, the rest of Mindfreak aren't able to stay up here, and Scoop just doing his best to help his teammates out on these pushes. You see the push is coming towards bottom center right now. Native White have 2 caps. C will be taken here by Mindfreak. Scoop's going to push up, create that space, and just try to play his life here in this situation.
Scoop essentially lets his team flip out a spawn and try to work a C as their home, but the problem is Native White took advantage, were able to take control of loop spawns, push themselves into A, and just flip control of the map. And honestly, you kind of want to have that loop spawn control, but when you are getting pressured and the team knows you're there, it's not necessarily a bad idea to flip out a spawn.
Collect trying to stop this flip from happening on A. He gets a lot of damage onto 2 players. Great teamwork by Mindfreak to take him out finally. That's going to be 2 down for Native White. Suspector, they've got to deal with him as well. He pushes it aggressively into A, and once again, the A player being pushed is dealt with, and that will be a 2 cap here for Native White. Very close game still, 161 to 140. Mindfreak playing really well on a Saturday.
Yeah, they're about to get themselves back into B. Mindfreak, they just refuse to go quietly into the dark. Constantly getting themselves into these hills, constantly able to stop the scoring in Native White. And although Native White have had control of the lead, only 20 seconds, that's because of how scrappy Mindfreak are playing. They're constantly stopping the clock.
Mindfreaker playing scrappy. Scoob is putting a lot of damage into players, gets an assist there on the board. And one thing that's crazy about Scoob is just a little bit of a factoid here. Before the patch for mouse and keyboard that allowed us to have that, whatever you want to call it, aim assist or friction, whatever it's called, Scoob has always been on a high sensitivity. He's on a high sensitivity now. He was on one then, and back then there was no aim assist or friction, so the tracking was very, very difficult. And I always touted him for, or respected him, I should say, for having that high sensitivity. I, for one, play on a low sense, but he'll use that and he'll be able to, be aware of the map and be able to target switch pretty quickly. Native White, though, getting a little bit of a lead here, already passing that 200-point mark.
Tappings might be able to shut it all down. Double for him, and he stays alive. The damage on for the third as well. Tapping buttons going big with the sniper and single-handedly stops the push of Mindfreak.
Yeah, that's a really good job by Tapping Buttons, too. All right, he stays alive instead of challenging that triple kill, which he, I'm sure he wanted to. Stays alive, plays his life, keeps that sniper rifle as well, and now because of that, Native White have a triple cap.
Yeah, triple cap in a very, make it very quickly win this game. You see 2 points a second. They basically have to get into the hill just to stop the 2 points, but then you have to get another at the same time, and that's just not going to be a reality for this Mindfreak roster. Despite the efforts of Scoobmeister, almost double positive in that game, still not quite able to get the job done. I still have a lot of faith that this Mindfreak roster might be able to pull out a map victory in today's tournament. I think they're looking a lot better than they have in previous tournaments.
I agree, and one of the factoids about that is the fact that they actually land in the U.S. in NA before this tournament. I believe a week before, so they were able to get that land practice. Not sure who they were able to play against, but regardless, they got the land practice that they've been looking for, and it definitely is showcased. We're going to be watching Quadrant versus Shopify. We just watched Shopify win a game on Strongholds versus Quadrant, and if you know anything about Quadrant, you know they're the best Strongholds team in HCS by far. Far and wide, they have been just completely dominant against the top teams in the game, but they just lost that streak to Shopify here in game number 1. That 17-0 streak in Stronghold is done.
Yeah, we all thought it was infallible. Eventually it gets done. I mean, it had to be a miraculous win to get the job done, but Shopify Rebellion have done it, and now just trying to keep that momentum forward, go into this Slayer with that wind in your sails and start to cruise your way to victory. If they can pull an upset off on Quadrant, suddenly Shopify Rebellion have confirmed themselves a top 6 finish in today's tournament.
Which is kind of crazy because yesterday Quadrant was touted to win the whole tournament. The way they were playing perfect Halo yesterday. You saw them 3-0 Optic Gaming, but today a little bit less wind in the sails, so to speak. Those rockets coming up, RyaNoob's going to play his life so he can utilize his Stalker to play defense on those rockets. They were just picked up, so he'll get some shots on the Legend, clean him up, and stay alive at the same time. 2 down for Quadrant. SLG, though, with the rockets in hand.
Cruiser trying to find an opponent. Rayne
Ninja
gets the back at the right moment, unfortunately, for that rocket player. And now Quadrant, oh my, Rayne. It's Rayne and nades. Double kill once again.
This is the Rayne I've seen for years, all right? This is the guy that fills all those roles. Any role that he's needed to fill. If he needs to get a lot of kills, he needs to carry, he needs to be the Slayer. If he needs to sit back and be that support player, that middle player, he plays whatever role is necessary in the moment, and that's what makes him such a great player. I think very underestimated here is Rayne, but we'll see if he's able to continue to perform well. He's done so all weekend long thus far, 9-4 in this game, so 21-17, make that 22 for Shopify Rebellion. Quadrant probably seem a bit defeated after that first game loss.
Yeah, it's you really feel like that took its mental toll on them. We're seeing them be a little bit, it's like less confident.
Yeah,
their gunfights.
They don't look the same. Agreed.
And now Shopify Rebellion, they're taking pure advantage of it. Look at this lead that they've been able to grow. 6-kill lead in this game, and well, it just starts to see like they're rolling with this momentum downhill. There's just nothing that Quadrant has been able to do to really stop these players on Shopify.
It's so difficult, like as an individual player, when you just start to let those negative thoughts seep into your head. It might sound cliche or whatever, but Halo is such a mental game. You let that one thought creep to the back of your head that, you guys aren't as good as you think you are, et cetera, that's when things start to snowball just a bit. 29-21, make that 30 for Shopify Rebellion. A massive lead here in Slayer. And like you said, Quadrant, they're just not walking with the same pep in their step. And maybe it's all the years watching Halo that I've done, but I can just tell reticle and movement. You can just see when a player is not as confident, like you said. And it looks like Quadrant is feeling that right now.
Mental's able to get away with these rockets, and well, you can start to see Quadrant. They're starting to throw their numbers into this B lane. Wonder if they try to slow down and make Shopify Rebellion make their first mistake. But the problem is it's on you, right? Like, Shopify Rebellion can stay back here the entire game and they'll win. Right?
Right.
So they can play very slow, very methodical, and just play for picks. And well, the first pick comes in, that activates the players, and RyaNoob able to recover on his shots, gets the next kill.
That's so uncharacteristic right there. SLG taking a 1v1. Obviously, he did have Sica. Sica does trade out too. But again, the angle wasn't there. The timing wasn't there for this squad. And because of that, they'll be down 12. Rayne on your screen, going to utilize that Sentinel beam. And I've said it a million times, and I'm going to keep saying it. This gun is insane on land, and Rayne's going to show you why in just a couple moments here as they have a numbers advantage. As Legend dies, Tchik goes down as well. That's 2 down for Quadrant.
Oh, Rayne fries out another double kill for him.
Look at
Legend flying through. This is a good little... This is going to be hard, man.
It's crazy. This doesn't make sense, right? Again, we're talking about a team who played so dominant yesterday, Tools. You saw it. And then one game loss, the game that they're 17-0 in, all of a sudden you let these things creep in your head, and this is it. This is where the confidence falls. And again, that's not taking anything away from Shopify. I think they're playing phenomenal this event. They didn't play well last event. This event, they're showing up, coming out of that open bracket, and showcasing that they're a top team. 8 kills, and they'll win game number 2 and be up 2-0 in this series.
Phenomenal play by SLG right there. Problem is, it's just too little, too late. This game is just rolling away. Quadrant see 3 players go down in Tchik's position. Well, it's well known as the beatdown comes in from Rayne. Rockets will be the cherry on top.
Look at this. RyaNoob, 13 kills, 11 assists, and only 6 deaths. And Rayne having a phenomenal game. Everyone on this squad having phenomenal games. And it's just, you know, they've woken up just a bit. Steaks on the dinner, on the plate, I'm sorry, for dinner. I'd like some filet mignon, please.
Dinner, baby.
Steaks on dinner, baby.
Steaks on dinner. No, a little steaktacular, a little...
It's crazy.
Little thing to make you have fun. LVT going over here against Impact. 34-32. Impact keeping it close with them. This is the other European team that qualified. Yep,
the other mouse and keyboard player as well, and Septic.
And Septic over there. It's interesting to watch these mouse and keyboard players warm up. Obviously, we're not used to having them in the HCS, so I'm glad that he's a player that transitioned from controller to mouse and keyboard as well, which is very interesting.
It's really cool. Again, love the eyes, all the eyes on MK now. But yeah, Septic's another player to watch. If you're an MK player out there watching, Septic is another MK player who has made it to this pool play. Impact is the name of the team. LVT doing a good job though. They're already up 1-0 in the series. Trying to take this Slayer to make it 2-0 and make things a little more comfortable for them.
Yeah, they're able to give themselves a nice little lead right here. And now Impact, suddenly you can't really focus on any sort of trade. You need to start finding kills and getting away with your life. That could be a tough ask, especially when players are just constantly being aggressive and getting in your face like Piggy has. He's able to find himself another one. It's crazy how Septic can control all 3 lanes at once. That little snapping action is fun to see.
Yeah, it's nuts. And the movement too, like, you know, slides and such are, you know, once you get really solid at movement in this game, your movement is insane. I kind of wish I spent more time on movement. I feel like it's a kind of a hole in my game, but like some of these players, like, movement is essential. You see Piggy, a little bit of peek shot there. Sab is going to get a kill onto Septic, and again, that's going to extend this lead. 2 more is all LVT need, and they will go up 2-0, and that's a big thing, right? Because they're in elimination round number 1.
Yeah, big thing is LVT's had a little bit of trouble in the Slayers when we get towards the end game, where they start to, like, teams creep up into the games once again. I'd like to see them just start getting just those finishing kills, but this might be a 4-kill swing for Impact. Yes,
oh my
it is.
goodness.
4 unanswered kills for Impact, put them within 3 in this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you let this game go too close, you're gonna start head casing. You know, I was talking to someone in the back about it. You're gonna start head casing on these games, and I 100% agree with them. That's what they mentioned, and hopefully that's not the case. LVT need to find a way to close this out. All it takes is you know, a stoppage. You know, reset the game, make a play call. All you have to do is get 2. You can trade a couple if you need to. But it looks like right now they're playing this a bit slow, taking the lane of B fully.
Oh my God, King got very aggressive. 2 players go down. Piggy's the last alive. It's a tied game. Impact, they're on a 7-0 run.
Yeah, they have to go back and watch a little bit of this after this game. And there's a reason this is happening. They got to figure out what that reason is. 49 now for Impact team. Diagram's going to clean that one up. Now 1 kill is all both of these teams need.
Whoa!
A great clutch once again by King J. But I've got to talk about it, right? We're up 2-0 in this series, but that needs to stop happening. We're going to have to go to the hospital if this kid, like this, I can't deal with this, man. The heart attack that's about to happen with constantly seeing these clutch. I get that you guys are clutching them up, but like, enough. Let's just end it. Right at 40. Let's end it, right?
Little 7-0 run to tie it up. They got the 8-0 run to get to 49, but icy plays by LVT at the end.
Yep.
Great team shot at the end. That Sentinel beam was melting the player over at Planters, but with both those shots coming in together, they were just able to get that kill. Mindfreak, they still are playing very close to Native White, not letting this team get away, but take a look at the Mexican phenom and tapping buttons, one of the best players to come out of Mexico, join this North American roster. 14-8 in this game, and honestly, it feels like he has one of the highest ceilings in the HCS.
Yeah, tapping buttons. I mean, he was pulled on to EG a long time ago in Halo 5 for a reason, right?
He was Ogre too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's a really good player, and he's just getting better and better. His game sense is getting better and better. We're on board with Scoopmeister, though, and you know, one of the things I want you to pay attention to when watching this guy is like his ability to rescope at long range, right? Long range, one of mouse and keyboard's strongest assets. You know, a lot of people don't believe me when I say that. When you learn how to time your shots and you learn how to strafe correctly, long range is the best part of M&K. Ends up going down there with the soccer rifle, which will be a little bit rough. Native White have a lead because of it, and Collect has the rockets as well.
Yeah, things can change drastically in streets at any moment with how fast that sandbox can get you kills. And you can see Collect's having no problem moving across this map, able to find Scoob, and well, now he's going to be able to find himself another prey, but not before Mikwin tears them down. What was I think a 4-kill game has suddenly transpired into almost double digits. And Native White clearly finding the stride.
And they're starting to come apart here. Great job by Scoob to play his life a little bit overzealous there. He could have waited another second. Potentially gotten his shields back still. Everyone having a really decent game. Benji's struggling just a bit, but he's done that damage to get the 8 assists, so he's definitely proving to be an impact. Still 6 is the lead here for Native White as they push B Street. Benji not ready for it.
Black finds himself the Sentinel beam. Only 6 more kills to go. We saw a huge comeback from Impact just a moment ago. They weren't able to finish it out, but it just shows you how easy it is to start finding yourself on a run on this map, and how you have to play not necessarily conservative, but you have to play safe. Don't let yourself get picked out for free.
Pace is slowed drastically here. Collect just looking for an opening. Mindfreak playing back. And at this point, that's kind of what they need to do, right? If you can catch Native White on the push, catch them out of position just like that, then you end up getting yourself a couple kills, but then you're no shields and you get taken out. Mikwin and tapping butt's going to clean those 2 up.
This is the thing that the Mindfreak roster needs to learn when they're playing these high-level games is you have to make the right play. They made the right play by swarming on that player, but you have to execute correctly. With those 2 players dropping out the window,
right,
they put themselves in a nadeable spot. They need to stay up high and keep themselves in safety. That's the better way to execute, and they would have been able to get away with that for free. Instead, they get punished, and now Suspector looks to put the exclamation point on this game. He has a shotgun and rocket combo, something you don't see every day, but
2 rockets, 2 kills remaining. That's all he needs to do is just get these 100% kills. I like how he's not wasting that rocket. He does take a lot of damage here.
Shoot it, baby.
You know, you'd like him to, but that's the intelligent play out of Suspector, not to waste those rockets at all. He wants to make sure he gets those 100% kills to prevent that comeback that we just previously almost saw. He ends up taking a lot of damage there. He does get at least 1 kill, and there's the 50th right there. Native White going to lead the series 2-0 against Mindfreak.
What I find sometimes when I wait for that perfect spot, you know,
End up getting naded.
You end up getting killed, and you give rockets away. So, you know, there's a do and don't.
I agree.
I don't necessarily think it's the worst idea to shoot off rockets early, but Quadrant, Shopify, Rebellion, a potential match point right here for Shopify, tied up 1-1 as we approach the mid-game in this King of the Hill. Mental and the crew have just taken over this hill, and it's going to be Tchik that needs to lead them back with the sniper in his back pocket.
Great shots by Tchik right there. You can see that the potentially the mental of Tchik at least is recovered just a bit, having a pretty solid game. He's got 6 assists. He ends up dying there. So 4, 6, and 7 out of him, but Quadrant looking a little bit better as they try to get this second hill, or I'm sorry, this third hill, but their second.
Shots go down. Rayne will see the respawn screen. Look at all these players from Quadrant ready to take this attack, but Cykul somehow gets 2. The help is coming through. The sniper of SLG takes down 1, but Quadrant can't feel comfortable, and it's a ticking clock that Shopify Rebellion can try to get this contest. It looks like they're just going to give up on it, and honestly, a little bit surprised. I thought maybe they could have gotten there in time. With the overshield coming up, SLG has the sniper. Can he hit him through the shroud screen?
Nope.
He went for it. No shot to connect. RyaNoob, he has extra shields.
Yeah, I've never gotten a kill through that shroud screen ever. Hopefully one day, but I like that play right by Shopify Rebellion. They obviously lose that hill and give Quadrant the lead, but they're able to get overshield. Unfortunately, though, that OS is null and void now. RyaNoob's going to be going down. They trade out SLG, though, and now it's a 2v2 situation. Hill time going on the side of Quadrant here all the while.
Rayne's in a great spot, trying to control over at A. Won those spawns for his team, now trying to collapse in.
Great job.
Not going to be able to get this kill quite yet. Oh my god, Lqgend just bullied his way in.
Yeah, he just jumps over, gets the beat down. RyaNoob going to do his best to just stay alive in this hill. Great nades here, but not going to connect on any of them. That's going to give Quadrant the hill once again. And if you look, there's 2 down on a Shopify Rebellion. The last 2 are going to be on this key door in on the hill. So Shopify used their numbers to push forward. The only problem is they gave up the A spawn, which allowed Quadrant to spawn on that side of the map. And it looks like if they don't overextend quickly, which they do, which is good, they would have given up that A spawn again and potentially had splits, in which case you have to deal with both sides of the map. But Shopify played that really well. They blocked the spawns there, and they're close to this second hill. In fact, they do get it 2-2.
Wow. Oh my god, it could be.
Imagine.
Cykul able to get 3. SLG's that last player alive, but it's an easy attack to take him down. Suddenly, Shopify Rebellion have a ton of momentum behind them. And, well, remember, this is match point. If they're able to win this game, Shopify Rebellion will confirm a top 6 finish.
Mental's at a good spot here. Cycle's in the hill. Mental's on the top of tower, but he's being pressured. In fact, they're both being pressured. The player on the top center, that Cykul, ends up going down. The player on top tower has to back off. OS is up as well, so a lot of things happening at once. That's what makes these players so good, being able to make decisions and have that decision-making at all times with multiple things that you have to make decisions on. It's a very difficult multitasking situation, but Shopify, they're able to put together the pieces here, and because of that, halfway through this hill number 3, and a beautiful kill by RyaNoob, a piv we call it. It's going to be 1 there, and now they'll have control of the spawns. No one on the top tower yet, but the players of Quadrant will be spawning on A.
Yeah, they should be aware of this spawn, but they're going to leave it up to Rayne to hit some crucial shots. But look at Lqgend immediately gets in. Mental went onto this flank, and I love this flank for Mental because you want to have control of both A and tower. He tried to do so, but he did buy enough time for that hill to swing on over. Lqgend's going to win the initial fight, so Quadrant in a great spot to capture this hill. But suddenly, Shopify Rebellion have completely changed this game.
Yeah, that's a great example of a time where you have to die, right? Mental, he knew he was going to go down there, but he was distracting long enough for them to capture that very third hill, and they do just that. Off a spawn comes Rayne. Going to try and take a 1v1. Sica's going to get 2 in the feed there. That's a double for him. Cykul going to be down to no shields, decides to back off intelligently here. Now he has a pinch with Mental onto Sica, but Mental goes down, and so does Cykul. So it's up to RyaNoob, who also gets the 2-shot beat down to the face, and Quadrant, they look like they're going to be securing this third hill for themselves as well.
Able to get themselves towards this repulse in the back hill. Legend will have to wait for the spawners, and this is where it's dangerous. Stay alive, get kills, and more importantly, maintain this side of the map. A beautiful play by Legend. It's not flashy, but he does exactly what the job calls for, and it's going to allow his team to secure a third hill, and it's sudden death in this game.
Yep. All three will spawn onto A as well. Quadrant are aware of it. Overshield is up. SLG goes down. Shopify are able to get 2 kills on the board, make that 3. With that overshield being up, Legend's the only one to contest. Right now, he got the kill onto RyaNoob. The rest of the players are going to be spawning onto, I believe it's B, but Mental backs up, hasn't popped that overshield just yet. You see the spawns onto the tower side. Mental's still going to delay here. He has the information, now decides to push up. This C-plat hill is going to be difficult to get to unless you take the player off the top tower, and that's going to be SLG.
Honestly, with Mental holding, I almost would like to see him hold it for a little bit longer there. They are going to be able to use that extra shields, at least gain an opportunity to fight into this hill, but nothing's going to be guaranteed, and usually you want that overshield to guarantee a push. 2 players from Shopify Rebellion find themselves over at the dummy side, able to find that first pick, but they just have not been able to flip out this spawn as of yet. Quadrant still remain tall at the tower.
Cycle shots looking really solid right now. Cleans up another, looking to get the kill onto Legend. He gets that as well, and now with Sniper coming up, or Sniper up right now, Quadrant, they're going to be on the respawn. They're going to have to make a play here, and Tchik's looking to do just that. If he can get behind enemy lines, this could be huge for the side of Quadrant. Look how slow he's playing. Rayne is aware of it, though. Beautiful game sense by Rayne. They trade the kill out, though, so it's a 3v3 situation, but Rayne now has that sniper rifle at the tower side.
Tchik just getting a little greedy right there. You know that you have to wait for the correct timing to make that push. Wanted to see if he could get behind those players in time, and well, it ended up costing him. And now Shopify Rebellion, they might just do it. It's a sweep in order. Quadrant looks so strong. They knock down Optic, but they can't knock down Shopify. It's a rampage in the winner's bracket for the underdog team. Rebellion are 6-0 to start their championship bracket.
I'm going to be honest with you, Shopify are looking different this event. I called them out at SLC. I said, this is not what they're capable of. They're capable of so much more. I don't know why they constantly play at a level that, you know, is lower than what they're capable of, but they've been doing it for a while now, and finally, here at Fort Worth, Texas, HCS Major, they decide to step up, and they've done a great job of that. Now we're hopping into LVT versus Impact Team. LVT up 2-0, and halfway through this 4th hill, they'll close out this series 3-0 as well.
They just need to hold on for just a little bit longer. FaZe awaits them in the elimination bracket.
Wow. Okay. So the winner of this will face FaZe up next.
It's going to be a tough matchup.
That's a tall task. I will agree.
It looks like LVT will cement their ticket into that matchup against FaZe.
FaZe versus LVT in elimination round number 2, but we've got Native White versus Mindfreak here. And all across the board, it seems like we're getting 3-0 after 3-0. Mindfreak, though, they're looking to change the script here just a bit. They're going to be halfway, 75% of the way through this first hill, and Suspector is going to be with the Heat Wave in hand. 4 down for Mindfreak, and you're going to see they're going to be controlling spawns here. Suspector decides to stay back. He's going to isolate that spawn into Scoop. That'll cause Pips to spawn an overshield, but great job by Pips to push up aggressively here and off a spawn and assist his teammate Scoop.
Oh, I love that. Pips gets in, finishes that for his teammate. Tapping's flying back to get to the help of his team, but will it be quick enough? Tapping buttons, gets there just in time and secures his teammate's life and more hill time. Great play by Tapping to be aggressive back into the hill.
Yeah, I'm honestly seeing a lot of 1v1s here by Mindfreak. They finally get the 2 kills, but look, Collective's just going to trade that out. And all the while, Native White have full control of this hill as well. So those trades, those 1v1 situations, even if you're going to win those, you're going to get called out. And Collective's going to put you in the kill feed. 2 down once again for Mindfreak. This will be the very first hill here for Native White.
Almost would like to see Tapping stay out of that hill for a second until they absolutely secure this tower, but if they can kill Scoob, that'll influence the spawns once again, and they will be successful at that, so no timing loss for them. Overshield is up. They'll give it to Mindfreak, but with this powerful position, you have to figure they're not really going to fret about a couple extra shields.
Yeah, and Collect's done a really good job of trying to hold that tower, but they finally take him out of position, and now Plasma's going to try and use this OS to get himself a couple seconds here on the board. You see, half the overshield is gone. So Plasma, not a lot to work with here when it comes to this overshield. He decides to go up towards top tower, gets the double melee onto Collect, who consistently pushes that top tower position with how powerful it is. And now Scoop, the last player alive here on Mindfreak, he's going to play a bit slow here and wait for his teammates to push.
For anything, Suspector in that open field sees two players, gets that info to his team, and it'll allow Native White to start to spread their net and try to collect the players of Mindfreak as they play forward. But oh my, Plasma's been huge in this position right here. A double kill once again for him. He'll push out to green. This will influence the spawns. They know exactly where Native White's spawning. This is an opportunity for them to not only get the overshield, but also get themselves a huge amount of time without Native White really being able to contest at all.
And I love this position by Plasma's going to play really well here. Unfortunately, he goes down. Mikwin finds an opening. Benji's behind, but the timing loss is there. And all the while, Scoop is getting that hill time.
Oh, Mikwin just juked the ever-living hell out of this team.
Jeez, that jump up to C flat is so strong. Scoop's going to be looking up, waiting for his opponent to drop down. Gets the beautiful kill onto Suspector. Not able to get enough, though. 3 go down here for Mindfreak. Plasma, the last player alive, and Native White are looking for him.
Mikwin somehow being able to survive, get through, and dodge all of those players was the only thing Native White needed to get that job done. They're going to be up 2-0 in this game. Overshield coming up once again. They have the better position to grab, but it might be a dangerous proposition with these players coming down cuts.
Yeah, Mindfreak just happy to pick up here. The OS out of tapping buttons, jumps out of the shroud screen, and that's all she wrote for all of Mindfreak. 4 down they go, and with a 2-hill lead here for Native White. This is not looking so good for Mindfreak. Someone's got to wake up here and smell the coffee. I mean, it's we're approaching 5 o'clock on this side of the coast, but Mindfreak really, honestly, need to step up. They're already down 0-2, and tapping buttons gonna take this 1v1. Had a little bit of OS to work with. You'll get that trade, but all the while, Scoop just can't find an opening here. His teammates constantly dead around him. He doesn't have any way to push in. He doesn't want to solo any of these kills. Finally isolates a player, and that's it. He gets that player. He gets another one in front of him as well, but not able to clean up the second kill. And look at that hill time, guys. 3 hills now for Native White. 1 more, and they will sweep this series.
Suspector goes down. That will give away that sandbag spawn to Mindfreak, and that's where you want to be. You want to have a player at sandbags. Very easy to look into that hill. You can check out those rotations, but Mindfreak, it's going to be a tough task. You have 3 minutes of neutral time. That's what you have going for you, right? Plenty of time in the neutral to play in the neutral zone. You don't have to step into that hill, but you're going to have to win fights against Native White, and that's where they've been struggling. The Slay column is clearly one-sided thus far. You're going to need one player to step up and just start finding these multi-kills.
That's exactly what they need, and it's these isolated fights too, right? They're taking so many 1v1s. That is Mindfreak, and against a team like Native White, you really have to utilize that teamwork a bit more, right? You can take those individual fights if you're FaZe because you've got Frosty and Renegade, but when you're Mindfreak, you know, just play that teamwork game. You know, utilize your teamwork, utilize that bait and switch. They finally get a little bit of hill time here. They're set up onto A. You see Plasma's on that screen side. There's the initial kill they needed, but Pips goes down as well. Oh my goodness, Mikwin with a beautiful snipe onto Scoop. He's gonna scoop up another overshield here for Native White, and honestly, all the pieces are falling towards the Native White side. Mindfreak are gonna have a very large mountain to climb still.
That's starting to feel like deja vu for Mindfreak. Another overshield that just slips out of their hands, not quite able to reach in time, and well, Mikwin put it to work, and one of the best snipers in the Halo's history now has the ability to just close this one out.
Yeah, Mick was just disgusting. You can see he hits the body shots there. 4 dead, and there it is, Native White. Sweet Mindfreak. Elimination round number 1. That'll be the end of Mindfreak's tournament life, and Native White will move on to the next round, and honestly, it looked good so many times. Mindfreak came to this tournament, like I said, with that LAN experience. They were able to put in that work, but unfortunately, you know, with that LAN experience, you just still don't have tournament experience. You still don't have much experience on that main stage or that featured station where, you know, you're going to be put to the test heavily, and you know, a little bit more work needs to be done for this squad to really thrive.
Wow, man, it's been just a blitz of a day. Match after match after match. We have some clear victors. We have some clear people that have stepped up to the occasion.
Yep.
One of them that's going to come on for a short interview. It's going to be Mr. RyaNoob, I believe. So
Oh, I like that. Good thoughts.
We'll talk about what happened today. So, hey, first of all, any thoughts that you have so far active of how this day has gone?
Honestly, it's gone amazing. LVT versus SSG, them being able to get that upset. You know, I'd like to know with RyaNoob, I'd like to know, maybe you can ask him for me if you don't mind. I'd like to know, like, what made them so good this event. I feel like they've just literally stepped up so many tiers, and I don't know what caused that, but I'd like to know what it was.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. When we're back, RyaNoob will be on the mic with us talking about his experiences today in the championship bracket.